This is a ceramic Siamese cat. It was manufactured sometime in the 50s. You would recognize this as something you'd find in your grandparents' house, or maybe even great-grandparents' house. What makes this cat so special to me is the fact that it belonged to my second cousin, Dru Ellen Cooper, who the family called Little Dru. Little Dru was the daughter of my great aunt Ruby and Uncle Hugh. I never got to know Uncle Hugh as he died before I was born, although I did get to know Aunt Ruby, but I was very young when I did. Little Dru unfortunately passed away of leukemia when she was only 3 years old. Nobody in my family really got to know her because my dad, my aunt, and Dru's brother Buster all were born after she had died. However, there is one person, which is my grandma, who I call Mama Ann. And so Mama Ann got to meet Little Dru in Christmas of 1958. And by all accounts, Little Dru was a sweet and playful child with blonde hair. Back to Aunt Ruby. My last memory I have of her was whenever me, my parents, my grandparents, and my aunt traveled to, is it Richmond Hill?
Richmond Hill.
Yeah, traveled to Richmond Hill, just near Savannah, to visit her in an upper-class retirement home. One thing I remember from this day was that on the way there, we stopped at a closing Kmart in Jessup, where there was a Hatchimal. The last Hatchimal was on sale, and so Mama Ann ended up getting it for me, and we took it over to the house. And one thing about Aunt Ruby is that she really loved games, and so she was really wrapped up in watching this thing hatch with me. And yeah, it was really fun, and really all I remember from that, to be honest. But another thing about this trip that I didn't know about is that Aunt Ruby had called my dad back to give him a box, which was like a special box. And I'll tell you about the box. In this box was Little Dru's old belongings, which included things like coloring books, some of which actually had color in them. And there was also like a lock of her hair, which was the only thing. It was the only thing Aunt Ruby kept. I assume Drew's brother Buster has it now. And as you're probably thinking about, there's also this ceramic Siamese cat in it. And so over the years, after this time, a lot of things happened. We lost a whole lot of people in my life, and a similar time frame. It started with Poppy, which is my grandpa on my mom's side, and then we lost Pop, which is my other grandpa, and then my bad, and then we lost Aunt Ruby as well, and a time after that we lost my Aunt Rhonda's husband, Uncle Dick. And so to conclude, I definitely lost a lot more people than most kids do at my age. So, and recently, my dad had went to Mama Ann's house, and he rediscovered a lot of boxes and things that were in the back. And And so one of these boxes was the box I mentioned earlier, which I decided that I wanted to keep this, and I now have it on my bedroom nightstand, right next to my bed in my room. And what makes it so significant to me is that I feel it's a window into the past, and it represents not only little Dru, but my other family members that have passed in the previous years, and will represent my other ones in the years to come. That's what makes it so irreplaceable and priceless. I know that I will meet my lost family once again on that beautiful shore one day. I look forward to meeting little Dru and telling her about how I kept her cat and have likely passed it on to younger generations of my family by then. And see.